a variation of this sunset jig. Let's see what we got. We got plenty of orange sickle hooks. We got some small hooks. We're gonna need some of those. Let's tie. We're gonna tie some with these sickle hooks. Let me see if I can't break off this little keeper. Got it. These here, I'll show you what I was breaking off. We're gonna have to break off a couple of them. See that little bait keeper? It's on a sickle hook with an eyeball. And we're gonna want to try a couple of the different variations of the eyeball. Green and purple eyes. Let's give it a go. That's 3. We might want a green head. So we'll make 3 of those too. Let me look at my jig box and see what variations I can do. What's up? What's up, everybody? 2 of you on there. You guys doing all right today? Try some gold. Let's see what we got. I was trying to get an idea for the green head of something to tie with the green. Nothing's really jumping out at me. Nothing is really jumping out. We almost did something completely new to the channel today. We almost built a shopping cart welding, or a shopping cart / welding cart. We almost converted a shopping cart into a welding cart. That was what we were going to do today. I started cleaning the yard, got hot, and I decided we're going to tie some jigs. We got to pick out something that's going to go good with this green head. I don't think yellow is going to be the move. This is kind of a dark green. Yeah, I'm building a rocket engine. I'm trying to figure out what color jig I want to tie. I've got a dark green head, and I'm trying to figure out if this is going to look the best, but it doesn't really contrast with that. This is too bright. Too bright. Too dark. I don't really know where I'm going with this, is what I'm getting at. Let's get into the bucktail. Maybe you guys can help me pick something out. Do you have to create an electrogravitational propulsion system? No. Is that like a magnet or something? Can't really find nothing that's going to go with this green, in my opinion. Well, green goes with green. But I don't want a plain green jig. I guess the only way we're going to figure this out is if we get started. We're going to tie on some green bucktail. And we'll go from there. We'll figure it out from there. Yeah, I'm recording on a Nokia. The old brick phone. I'm surprised they haven't made a new Nokia brick phone. Everybody said it was bulletproof. Okay, I don't know what you guys think about that so far. I'll bring you guys in closer so you can see. Now we just got to find a color that's gonna really set it out, set it off. We're fishing muddy water, so dark colors is gonna be the move. Dark or orange, maybe purple, blue. We're trying to tie some jigs for the weekend, so that way we'll have options. We're gonna throw from the boat ramp, and we're gonna try to get bait. Usually shad is the move, and shad is not the move this weekend or this time of year. We're starting to transition into fall. We're gonna start seeing cooler nights, and we're gonna continue with warm days up in the 90s. But we're starting to get some 60s overnights. We're gonna have 60s for like a week. I'd go on the phone and tell you exactly, but I can't. We also do giveaways on this channel. We'll probably do a giveaway at the end of this live. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and write down a number. You guys see this back of this receipt? No numbers. No numbers on here. I'm gonna put a number on there. What's up, mashups? I'm gonna put a number on here to see who wins at the end of this live. Don't comment a number now, but I'm just doing a number for now. I'm gonna write that number down, and then at the end of this live, we're gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna give away 5 jigs. Probably 5 jigs from this box. I've been stocking that box up, and that's pretty much what I've been doing my giveaways out of. I can give a mixed bag or however. Let's see how this is gonna look. Okay, I think it's going to look pretty good. These hooks are real flexible. These bomb bite hooks, I get them off Amazon. Super flexible hook. I fish with 4-pound test, but I know a lot of people that fish with 20-pound test braid for crappie. And I guarantee you these hooks would straighten and not break your line. And you could just retune them up with pliers when you're done. Let's see. What do you guys think? I'm looking at it. I think it'll catch fish. It's not my favorite. Let's go ahead and try it. What's up? Just joined. What are you making? I'm making crappie jigs. This is a profile I'm gonna make now, but I'm gonna use a jig with an eye. This is my sunset color. Can I make a dragonfly? I don't know. I could try. You guys see how flexible that hook is every time I move? That hook is freaking super flexible. It's like squeeze that vise tighter. I would go to say that if you caught a big enough white bass or a hybrid, you'd straighten this hook out if you tried to horse him in. This is a sunset colored jig. We're just trying to tie a few jigs to have some jigs this weekend when we go. I just could I get a shout out? Elias Harris, there's your shout out. I appreciate the sub. If you guys haven't subbed already, please consider subscribing. At the end of this live, we're doing a giveaway. And at many of my lives, at the end of my live, we do a giveaway. And if you're subscribed and you hit the bell, then you have more chances of winning. If you'd like to buy some custom jigs, as far as custom, like the weight of the jig and the colors used on it, email me at thatdamnfishingguy247@gmail.com. Yeah, this sunset color is going to go pretty cool. Yeah, you can buy the lures. Thatdamnfishingguy247@gmail.com. You can send me a picture of jigs that you like, or you can order jigs that like colors that I already have tied. I have different boxes. I tie feather jigs too, or marabou jigs. I can do custom colors, like if you have a favorite color or that you use a lot or whatever. I mail them out. I just mailed out a big order yesterday. What I do is I go to the post office and I get it all packaged up to be shipped. They use stamps instead of a sticker. They still give me a shipping number. And then I hold the package, and then when I get my Cash App money received, I send you a picture, put it in the mail, and ship it to you. Ground shipping, so like 3 to 4 days after I mail it, you'll get them in the mail. When you win jigs from the drawing, you email me at thatdamnfishingguy247@gmail.com. You email me your address, and then I ship it out to you. And I now have I now put a address on there for a return mail address. I have a return mail address that I use now. So that way, if people want to mail me a jig and maybe you can't find them no more, or you got some hand tieds in the past and that person isn't tying jigs no more, you can mail me a jig or send me a picture of a jig. So that way I can remake them or whatever. I really don't make that much money tying jigs. I really don't. I've only sold I've actually only made one big sale. Oh yeah, that looks good right there. That's a good looking jig. Yeah, you can get a whole set. I was talking about selling filling up a box like this, a G box from Gamakatsu. I was talking about filling it all up, the entire box, and then selling it for 150 bucks. Because I think I could fit 100 jigs in here, and so that'd be like what, $1.50 a piece? And I should really be selling them at $2 a piece, but if I sold this whole box and I could tie it at my leisure, like I have several boxes, and if I just tied these boxes at my leisure and every time I had free time I tied 5 or 6 jigs, I could fill up a box in no time at all, and then I could either raffle it off or I could put a set price on them. Yeah, you can get 8 jigs. Email me and I'll get your order. I put a lot of time into it. I try to make them look as nice as possible, and I try to use super glue on every like, you know, have you ever had a jig that you're catching fish after fish and they start falling apart? When I put this base wrap on, I call that the base. So I build up the base. If you're out of the country, it's really expensive. I shipped some to Canada, and it cost me, to ship 5 jigs to Canada, it cost me $22. Rogerio Luna, God blessing you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need God, that's for sure. Yeah, it's really hard for me to ship outside of US and Canada, and the thing is you got to pay for the shipping on the back end. If you're willing to pay for the shipping, I'm willing to ship to you, but I figure that you have somebody around you that's probably tying jigs too. Like here in Oklahoma, I know a handful of other guys that tie jigs, and so there are options out there, and they do the same thing that I do. Or I do the same thing that they do. I got started after they did. It's just something that's better than doing nothing. Oh yeah, I'm having fun. Outdoor kid. I'm doing something and it's better than doing nothing. I'm not getting rich. I don't have to pay for jigs no more. I mean, I pay for the supplies, but really, you know, $10 for 10 deals of chenille, 10 different colors. I get my bucktails about 10 or 15 bucks for multiple colors. And thread's cheap. The most expensive thing was buying this fly tying kit. But that's an investment that pays for itself. I go through jig heads like crazy though. Since I'm always tying jigs and I'm always needing one specific color. Like I ordered this because I needed some orange and black hooks and some white hooks. This one's practically brand new, this box of hooks. But I order these multi-packs, gold ones. I order all kinds of different weights. So I'm all the time going through just hooks. Like I'll order hooks just for one color. Like the colors that people use most of the time, I try to have on hand, like gold and chartreuse. I order them all by themselves. Like I'll order packs of 100. But colors that aren't used very much, I'll buy a multi-pack or a multi-kit, so that way I can have multiple colors and try different stuff. Like this sunset color, I've never seen this tied. I've never used it like this. I've used a black, orange, and yellow. But this is going to be pretty sick. Like I said, I'm fishing stained water, muddy water, and this orange really stands out in it. So I should be able to catch a lot of fish. What's up? Last time you fished your own flies and jigs. Last time, I think last week I put out a video. We were fishing in a small creek and we were catching all kinds of fish. Jaden, hi. How do I go about preserving a rooster hide for making lures? I got extra ones and it seems like a waste to compost the feathers. I really don't know. I don't know how you would do the hide, but I've seen it. I've bought them, but I think that you can buy a tanning kit to tan the hide. But the first thing would be to stretch it all out on a board, feather side down, and I believe you'd want to get some salt on it. If you just got it dried out with salt and you were just using it for tying jigs, get all the meat off of it so that way it doesn't cause it to rot. And feather side down on a board, tacked, stretched out. I think you could tan it that way, but they sell tanning kits, and I think it has brain matter in it. And something about brains preserves hides. I've watched hides be tanned before on videos. I haven't ever actually done it. But I think you want to get all the moisture out of it is the main thing. And if you're not using it for like clothing, I don't know how important the rest of the steps are, but if you're just drying out for jigs, I would say stretch it out and put some salt on it and give that a try. Hi, Brennan Marquise. Hi. Justin Eddy. No problem. If you guys haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. We're doing a giveaway at the end of this live. I wrote down a number on a blank sheet of paper and I showed everybody. You can go back and watch the video when it's over if you don't win or you think something's fishy. But I wrote a number on a random piece of paper. And at the end of this live, we're gonna guess numbers, and whoever guesses the closest to the number or guesses the number I wrote down on the piece of paper will win 5 jigs, and I'll mail them out to you. Good way to get $10 worth of jigs for nothing. A rooster tail? No, I don't have the stuff to tie rooster tails. When we get off here, I'm going to write that down. I want to make a note. Look into rooster tail materials. I would like to make some rooster tails. Right now, my favorite rooster tails are Blue Fox. They sell 2 different sizes. I know everybody's probably on here thinking or uses MEPS or rooster tail brand rooster tails, but I just happen to like the Blue Fox ones a lot. I've caught a lot of fish on them. I do catch a lot of fish on them, actually. I still do. The beginning of this year, me and the girls went, the girls being my daughters and my wife, we went down below Oologah Dam in Oklahoma, and we had some fun with some hybrids. We wiped them out. We caught a limit in not very much time, and there was people standing up by the dam. We were on the boat, and we went down the river a little ways. But there were people at the dam throwing bucktails and throwing all kinds of stuff, and they weren't catching anything. We went up to the boat ramp and showed our catch, and everybody was pretty impressed. Rod, what's up? All right, we've got a couple of those tied. That's all we're going to tie of these for now. We're just going to tie 3. Well, that's cool. Rod, if you guys don't mind, hit that like button. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. At the end of this, we're doing a live drawing, and whoever wins the drawing is going to take home some jigs. Let's tie. Let's see what I got here. Those are. I don't want to lie to you. Let me see what size weight they were. I think they're a 32nd of an ounce. We're going to tie some 1/64 ounce of that sunset pattern. We're going to tie 3 of them. So that way I'll have different sizes to throw at the fish this weekend. You know, I've seen popper flies made with a, if you take a tube, a copper tube, whatever size diameter you want the fly to be, and you sharpen it on the end, like, so it essentially be a tube that you sharpen on the end, and then you take you get flip-flops that are made from foam, and you cut little plug holes out. I've seen people tie flies like that, and I might have to do that someday. We might get into that on this channel. Can I please make a soft plastic bait? I'm not anti-plastic. I'm just more of a fly guy or a hair jig kind of guy. I've got a whole box full of soft plastics. But I prefer bucktail or a marabou. Nothing against soft plastic. I just think it has its time and place. If you have it, I don't know if you fish all year round or not. Kicking deer. No, it wasn't you. Outdoor Adventures with Colton. I can tell you why I don't use plastic all the time. And I can tell you when to use plastics, or be the best time to use plastics. Be it where you're from too. If you're from Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, where it gets pretty hot, hair jigs work better in the heat. Soft plastics, when they're crappie or spawning, they don't really care what they're just munching. So soft plastics work really good during the when crappie start to spawn or bed up. But I prefer hair jigs when they start biting a little bit more finicky. And I prefer hair jigs white bass fishing. They hold up better. You don't have to change out baits all the time, or soft plastics. You don't have to keep putting a new one on. Like Bobby Garland will get tore up real quick by white bass. But I like finesse fishing. I use 4-pound test line. I like using stuff that I'm really confident in, and hair jigs in the wintertime are hard to beat. No, I don't catch permit Ghostbusters. I don't know what kind of slang I just said, but I said it. Nope, I don't catch bonefish. We catch crappie, perch, white perch, largemouth bass, occasionally a catfish on a jig. Oh yeah, we catch bass. Catch a lot of perch and a lot of crappie. And sometimes, I'll tell you more benefits of using a hair jig here in a second. Some more benefits of using a hair jig is you can go down in size. Like Bobby Garland's just now started making like they've got two sizes of their little shad profile or whatever. They've got two different sizes. They've got a micro style now, but sometimes just changing the size of your bait to a smaller bait, you'll catch more fish. If you'll remember this phrase, that elephants eat peanuts. Yeah, it's pretty meticulous. It's not too bad though. Sometimes just changing the size of your bait. This is a 64th, this is a 32nd. When this bait hits the water, it's gonna fall slower, so it's gonna stay in the strike zone longer, and you have to work it slower, because if you reel too fast, it'll come up higher in the water column and take you out of the strike zone. So once you find out where the strike zone is, you can keep a lighter jig in the face of the fish longer, so you'll catch more fish. So remember that elephants eat peanuts, and you'll catch more fish. Sometimes just downsizing the presentation. They may not want a meal, they may want a snack. How many times have you done that? I always try bigger jigs first because you can fish them faster. But then if you're not catching anything on a bigger jig, try working it slower, and if you start getting caught up all the time, switch to a smaller jig and fish it slow, and you'll usually end up catching more fish. I hope that helps somebody out there. Especially someone that's new to getting into fishing. You know, you go buy a bunch of 1/4 ounce jigs, and you see people on YouTube catching fish with a 1/4 ounce jig, but you don't realize that they're vertical fishing and you're casting. That can make all the difference in the world. If you're casting and fishing, the lighter the jig is, the better. I know you'd think the further you could cast, the better, but most of the fish I catch are right off the bank. Christopher Batten, one for a stripper bass. What? I don't really tie flies. I tie crappie jigs. But I would like to tie some woolly boogers someday. I have the stuff, I just haven't done it yet. But when I'm learning how to tie stuff, I usually don't do it live. I usually watch a YouTube video to figure out how to do something. And then when I figure out how to do it, then I come on here and we talk about it while I do it. Let's put another layer of super glue on there. These layers of super glue keep these jigs from falling apart. Like when you get into a school of white bass, you want these jigs to be as durable as you can get them. Harper, what's up? Starting to learn how to tie flies. That's awesome. You're really trying your best to catch them 10-pound bass, huh? No, if I was trying to catch a 10-pound bass, I'd be using live bait. I watch a bunch of YouTube videos. I watch people catch 10-pound bass. Also, I'd be going to Texas. Texas seems like the state that has the most double-digit bass in it. Even their golf courses have double-digit bass in them. That's my, if you're trying to catch a 10-pound bass, that's my advice for you is to go to Texas and get to know somebody that knows somebody, so that way you can go fishing at either private ponds or a golf course. It stays. It gets cold in Texas, but it stays relatively warm as far as harsh winters go. And so I feel like that's why they have bigger bass than we do. Plus, they got totally different food sources down there. They have tilapia, and we don't in Oklahoma. They got a lot of people stocking their ponds with tilapia. The tilapia spawn all summer, spring, and fall, and then they die in the winter. So they don't end up overstocking or overcrowding. But they supply those bass a constant food supply for 3/4 of the year. And so that's something that, we don't have here in Oklahoma. We got bluegill that spawn, that are prolific spawners. But the people that have the tilapia stocked in their ponds, the tilapia eat the algae and keep the weed beds down. There's a lot of benefits to being able to stock tilapia to your pond that we just don't have. Florida, they got snakehead. I don't think Texas does. I could be wrong. But I think the snakehead and the clown knife fish and all the exotic fish that are in Florida kind of are slowing down their 10-pounders. Now they've got all these new exotic fish feeding on the, trying to eat the same things. They've got snakeheads. They've got peacock bass. If you follow along with any of that stuff, since I fish saltwater, I target barracuda. Well, I'm going to Costa Rica in January. Hopefully I can catch a barracuda. I didn't really see it on the list of fish to catch. But who really knows? That'd be cool to catch a barracuda. Do you eat them? PB barracuda is 3 feet. That's pretty cool. Do you eat the barracuda? No, I don't do it live every day. I do it live 3 to 4 times a week. Maybe some weeks 5. Maybe some weeks 5 days. It just depends on how ambitious I'm feeling. Usually I don't do them in the day like this, but I've got this week off. Usually I do the live streams at 3:30 to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. This is my second ever live this early in the day. Usually I don't have this opportunity, but I wasn't doing anything else. I started a load of laundry, and I felt like going live, so I did. Dang. Yeah, fishing in the ocean's pretty cool. I got to do some fishing in the ocean earlier this year. I fished in Texas. I went down to Mexico, but we fished in Texas. We went on a guided trip and caught some sheep's head. And that was pretty cool. So we've got some jigs with the eyes. We've got some 1/64 of an ounce. And now we're going to tie some 3/32 ounce jigs. I really need to level that washer. Hopefully it quits in a minute. So, hook set fishing. Has it been a while? Kicking deer, I swear all washers bounce around like that. I'm telling you, I just leveled it yesterday. Whoa. We're running through this orange bucktail. We're almost out of it now. Any of you guys ever tied jigs before and you realize like how much the bucktail actually stinks? God bless, thank you. Yeah, your name seems familiar. I thought it might have been a while. Xavier, Oliva. I'm not trying to murder your name. I'm trying to say it. Yeah, I sell them at thatdamnfishingguy247@gmail.com. You can email me and I can get you an order. $3 for $5, or if you order a bunch of them, I'll do them for $1.50 each. But 3 for $5 is the going rate. Like if you wanted 3 jigs or anything over anything over 5 jigs, and I have to charge you for shipping too because it gets a little bit more expensive. The $5 for 3, that covers your shipping because I ship them from my house at that rate. Next trip near the Missouri River next to Leavenworth, I have no idea. I usually fish Oologah Dam or Keystone Dam or little creeks and stuff like that that are around where I'm at. That's usually my type of stuff. I like fishing small creeks and rivers. Honestly, I usually don't even, there's only one lake that I usually fish. It's a Hindu name even though I'm from the Caribbean. That's cool. I wish I lived near the Caribbean. Me and my wife, we try to go to the ocean at least once a year. We live in the middle of Oklahoma, though. Since they have fly targeted fish. Love from South Africa. What's up? Fishing with me. It is the lowest right now. Have good fish there. That's awesome. You know what is pretty cool about fish? If you have water, there's bound to be some kind of fish that you'll like to catch there. I like going fishing in the ocean. Of course, I went on a guided fishing trip, but you know what's cool about fishing in the ocean? It doesn't seem like there's a specific time of day. The more you get into freshwater fishing, there are bite windows and bite opportunities, and I don't know that there's not in the ocean too. But it seems like early in the morning or late in the evening is the best in the summer. In the wintertime, if you get a really cold day, but it's really sunny out, you can catch fish sunning on the rocks. Like, you won't see them, but if you're fishing 10 to 15 foot of water, you can just assume they're sunning on the rocks, or where the water is being penetrated by the sunlight. They're not 30 foot deep. But there are bite windows and bite opportunities. And when I was fishing with the guide, we were fishing in the middle of the day and we were whooping the crap out of them. And it was pretty cool. I went to North Carolina one time, and we went on an 8-hour fishing trip on like one of them party boats. You know, you pay like $45 and there'll be like 50 people on one boat, and you're dropping straight down. You're just bottom fishing. And we were catching like beeline and stuff like that. Some people caught some little sharks. We were catching like pigfish and all kinds of different fish, lizard fish. Again, those fish they bit all day long. And here in Oklahoma, that's why I like fishing creeks, is because the fish seem like they bite all day. Or in the river too, it seems like you have a bigger bite window than if you fish a lake. Especially if you're fishing moving water, it always seems like it's better in freshwater. For me, anyway. A lot of guys like fishing lakes, and they have no idea how to begin to fish a river. And I'm completely the opposite. I don't like fishing lakes at all. You can target fish on a river a lot easier. Just bigger numbers of fish, yeah. Thousands of different fish to catch. Yeah, we're limited here in Oklahoma. We're definitely limited. Damn River Boys, it seems like I've seen you on here before. It seemed like a while back. Same in the ocean and the bay. Me and my wife, Costa Rica is supposed to be the fishing capital of the world. And me and the wife are going down there this January, so this coming winter. It's going to be pretty cool. We're going to have some video come from there. We're supposed to be going out deep sea fishing. We want to catch some rooster fish. I don't know if you've ever seen them or not, but Costa Rica is supposed to be the sport fishing capital of the world. And so I'm pretty excited to be lucky enough to get to go fishing there, and I'm lucky to have a wife that picks such cool places to go on vacation. Slash, it's kind of like our honeymoon, because we've never been anywhere like that by ourselves. We always take our kids with us everywhere we go. So we're counting it as our honeymoon too. Yeah, they look like mahi-mahi. I think we're supposed to be able to catch mahi-mahi. I don't know if that's the same thing as a dolphin fish. I could be completely wrong. But they had some different kinds of grouper to catch there. I'm pretty excited. They got sailfish there. So we'll get a chance at getting some of that stuff. There's our jig. Let's see, we got 10 more minutes. We might as well tie some more jigs. We've got plenty of this sunset color. Let's see. I don't really have any more yellow bucktail. We'll give away we're going to give away this pack of jigs at the end of this live. Just watching you, I had a bad headache and your channel made it stop. Well, I appreciate it. Probably that outdoors talk. You're probably like me, you just want to talk about the outdoors and go fishing and go hunting. Can't help yourself. Let's tie some little bitty 1/80 of an ounce. They're slightly smaller than the ones we've already tied. And we're going to tie up some chartreuse jigs just because chartreuse is a good jig to start with on any body of water, I think. There's that old saying, if it ain't chartreuse, what's the use? I'm sure we've all heard that. They turn brownish. Well, thank you. I appreciate that comment. You like my shirt? My wife got me this shirt in we were somewhere in Arkansas. I don't remember the name of the town. Almost skipped a step. Me and the wife, we plan on going fishing this weekend. We're going to go fishing at a spot that's produced some big fish for me. If you go back and watch any of my videos on my channel, particularly from back in February, I caught a 85, 90 pound spoonbill and a 42 pound blue cat. And we're going fishing there this weekend. We're going to throw around some jigs and see if we can't get on some white perch or white bass. And then we're going to take those and use them for bait and see if we can't catch any catfish. With any luck, hopefully we get on some. I had a guy email me yesterday. He sent me a picture of a... Yeah, it's a little bit complicated when you first start. You figure it out pretty quick. I should pay attention to what color shirts I wear when I do this. That way you guys can see everything a little bit better. That's a little bitty jig. That hook is about the size of my thumbnail. I use black and yellow jigs for trout. Heck yeah. Yeah, we got a trout lake near my house. I plan on starting to fish there this winter. I've never really fished it before. But I do mini bucktails, yep. Elephants eat peanuts. Brennan Marquise, what's up? We're going to tie a couple more jigs and then we'll do the giveaway. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, smash that button, smash that like button. I do giveaways a couple times a week. Sometimes not even only jigs. Last time I gave away a fishing reel. I gave away a Fluger President fishing reel, a really good fishing reel. Rumen Pintev, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing okay, and my condolences to you and your family. No, you don't have to put bait on jigs. I don't. I just use just the jig by itself. I don't even use crappie nibbles. A lot of people here, a lot of people around the world that crappie fish, they buy crappie nibbles and put on there, and I see people catch a lot of fish doing that, and I've caught fish doing it myself, but it doesn't seem like it's as necessary with bucktails as it is with the plastic jigs. Hell, Crappie Magnet even makes a jig head that it's hollow through the center, and you put crappie bites inside of there so that way you don't lose them as often. Which wasn't a bad idea. I'm sure they made millions of dollars doing that. I wish it was my idea. But if you ever try a marabou jigs or bucktails on docks for crappies, you'll probably never go back to plastics. I keep plastics for ponds and stuff like that, but I mostly like bucktail. If you get a bucktail wet, it has the same profile as Bobby Garland. The difference is I can have 3 different color combinations on a bucktail, and if you put a Bobby Garland on, unless you use a spike it, which you're limited to 2 colors then, pink and yellow, you can only have a 2-tone bait. With this, I can have 3 different colors that contrast with each other, which is pretty cool. But I'm not saying give up on your plastic baits. Like I said, there's a time and place for every bait. I think one of the reasons that plastic baits hold king is because they're less expensive. You can go get a whole pack of soft plastics and a box of jig heads for about $6 or $7. But you're gonna pay for somebody to sit here and hand tie bucktails. It costs more. Luann, yeah, I fish for catfish, but the grubs are 7 inches in length. Yeah, you can tie bucktails however long you want them. Yes, I fish for catfish. I fish for, I'm a multi-species angler. I fish for everything, but usually when I'm on the river, I'm fishing for catfish. If you watch most of my videos on my YouTube channel, they're usually catfishing videos, or I go bait fishing first, which is why I tie jigs. I catch bait. Here in Oklahoma, we're allowed to use anything that we catch on rod and reel that's legal slot size for bait. And so, yes, I catch catfish. Go catfishing. I don't remember if we put super glue on there or not. Do I have any big tips for catching big catfish? Yeah, look for current seams. Like, you know how when you go to the river, you can see spots where the water's swirling? Fish those swirls. Use big baits and use small baits. Fish in the river I really should make a whole video on this itself. Okay, so if you're fishing on a river, and if you're on a boat, it works better. If you're on the land, you're a little bit more limited to what you can get to. But fishing river bends is really good. If you anchor up in the slow side, which will be the inside curve of the river, the outside of the outside of the bend will be the swiftest water. If you can set up on that and you can fish the fast current and the slow current, the fast current will be new fish moving up, and it'll be active fish feeding, looking for fish that got beat up by the current. At this time of year when it's hot, I recommend perch or white bass, preferably white bass. In the wintertime, fishing the river and fall, I recommend shad, if you can find big shad. And I recommend to never use frozen bait. Ever, 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 unless you have to. That's my biggest tip for anyone out there catfishing, is go catch your bait fresh. Once that bait's been frozen, it doesn't seem like it produces nearly as good as a fresh bait does. And the best bait to use is whatever you can find the most abundance of in the body of water you're fishing. That's going to be your best bait, because that's what they're feeding on. All right, that's the last jig we're going to tie. Everybody, what you get your lure of choice, go to the bass tank and wiggle it in front of their face and see if they are into your lure. You know what? Because why not? I happen to have a piece of fishing string right here. This sunset color, we tied 9 jigs. We tied different variations of the same jig. We're going to tie it on this piece of fishing line, and we're going to go to the fish tank and see. I actually happen to have a bass fish tank, flathead, perch, and actually a crappie in it. We'll actually dip the lure in the fish tank and see. Yeah, I sell the fishing lures. You can email me at thatdamnfishingguy247@gmail.com, and I'll make you an order of jigs. Do I like flathead fishing? Yeah, I actually have a pet flathead. All right, here's the jig we just tied up just a second ago. There are my pet fish. But we're gonna put it in the fish tank. Oh, little mini Moby right there. He's trying to eat it through the tank. I'd say it'll catch a largemouth bass. I'd say it'll catch a bluegill too. Let's see if old Speck back there's hungry. Oh yeah, they're trying to eat it. Bluegill's interested. Bass is interested. Old Speck back there, he ain't interested. He's the one that I figured would be the most interested. Let's see if the flathead's interested. You won't get this kind of content anywhere else. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Flathead is not having this. Let's see if I can get that bait to spin around. I can't get it to freaking spin. If I could get it to spin around, I think I could get the flathead to take it. Okay. He ain't wanting nothing to do with that. They say catfish can taste stuff through their body, not just their barbells in their mouth. So he might not be eating it because he can smell that super glue on it. He don't want nothing to do with it. That bass is still after it. Old Speck back there, he don't want nothing to do with it. I figured that crappie would be on that like white on rice. Nope, he don't want nothing to do with it. That little bass though, he's feisty. All right, guys, let's go back and do the drawing. My favorite fish to catch, flathead catfish. Yeah, the bass like it. Awesome content. Thank you. If you guys haven't already, please consider subscribing. We're about to do a giveaway. Smash that like button if you like that content. You guys guess a number 1 through 217. We'll get this giveaway underway. My favorite kind of fish to catch is flathead catfish. No guessing twice or you automatically get disqualified, because that confuses me and it's not fair to everybody else if you comment more than one number multiple times. Is everybody done guessing? What's up, Butler Outdoors? David Jarrell. Hell yeah. We done guessing? I guess that's about everybody already guessed their number, I guess. I've been watching people tying jigs a short time, but it's peaceful. I like the shirt, by the way. Thank you, Albert Jones. I appreciate it. Yeah, jigs are the best, Big John. You never know what you're going to catch. You never know. Well, so far, not very many people guessed. For as many people as there are, they're watching. All right, well. All right, everybody stop guessing. Let's go Keenan Vojtasek. Keenan. Email me at thatdamnfishingguy247@gmail.com. 23 was the number, 29 was the closest. Email me and I'll get your jig sent out to you. Until next time, guys, I'm out, y'all. Have a good one.